about how complex or how big the problem is. What is important is how much space and time we have. It is to our benefit to have as much time and space as possible. And these are the 4 areas that can determine the time and space we have to solve problems. This is your space and time to solve problems. See, this box will shrink and expand depending on this 4. And I call these the 4 C's because it is decided by the 4 C's. It is decided by the criticality, it is decided by the context, it is decided by your competency in solving problems, it is decided by the consequence of your decision. Criticality. I give it an example. Assuming now you are walking in the park and suddenly a hungry tiger jumps in front of you. Right? That is life-threatening situation. It is very, very critical. On the other extreme, one day you woke up, you shower and you wipe your hair, and suddenly you discover your hair is slightly longer than you like. 2 different extremes. So the question you have to ask yourself is, how critical is the situation? When you have a problem, that problem will change a future state of whatever you're going to do. What future state is it going to change for you? Alright, if the problem is not solved. Right? If you don't cut your hair, what is the future state it will change? If the tiger is in front of you, what future state it will change?
Yeah, no future.
No future. There you go. That's right. Okay? So what happens is, if the criticality is high, this corner will go in, which means you have less space and time to solve your problem. The next thing you have to ask yourself is, in what context? The problem that you are facing, what does it affect? Does it only affect myself? Does it only affect 2%? Does it affect everyone? Because the more people it affects, the larger it affects. Okay? Then your decision will change. Give an example. Global warming affects the whole world. The decision you make about global warming is different than whether you're going to eat laksa today or nasi lemak. The higher the context or the higher the condition, alright, this will actually come in. So you have lesser time and lesser space to solve the problem. The next question you have to ask yourself is, how competent are you in solving problems? How good are you in solving different types of problems? Competency also involves 2 other things, which is your experience. The second thing that is involved is your emotional intelligence. How emotionally balanced you are when you are under crisis. Okay, it comes under this. Your emotional skills. So if you are somebody who can keep calm in crisis, then this will enlarge. The last one, consequence. This is the area that not many people think about. That's why we keep on firefighting. If the consequence is going to be far-reaching, then this will shrink. Otherwise, we can have more time and space to solve the problem. So when you look at the problem, I suggest you look from the back to the front, which means, first of all, consider the consequence. Then consider the competency. Because you see, these 2 things is easier to determine. These 2 things will only come when the problem arises. You have to tell yourself, scenario 1, if scenario 1 happens, what I'm going to do. Scenario 2 happens, what I'm going to do. Scenario 3 happens, what I'm going to do. So you already pre-planned the consequence. Now it is very important for you to understand this, because once you fully grasp this concept, I can tell you, you look at problem solving differently.